as we've seen in the last 2 games, actually.
Yeah, no,
He does
definitely.
float.
Yeah.
He does float resources a little bit every now and then, but generally overall, I mean, he's pretty solid for his level. Now I don't know too much about Vigossive.
Yeah,
Is that how we
we'll
say it?
call him Vigo for this,
Vigo.
for
That'll do.
purposes. Yeah. All I know is that he is a Platinum Terran, so we'll be seeing the first TVT for tonight in week 4 of the Fusion Slugs Clan tournament. And it's going to be interesting, so this will be the first mirror matchup we see as well tonight, after we saw Goss take down the first player for IXL who played random, and then he just took out their next one who was a Protoss. So we'll have to see how good Goss's TVT is. So without further ado, in the top left hand corner of Ohana, we've got the blue Terran for QED, who's currently taking his team to 3-0 in QED.Goste. And in the bottom right hand corner, we've got the red Terran for IXL, or the 9th Legion I think it is, playing in the red trunks. I'm not sure if that's that or not. We've got Vigossive, so Vigo as we will call him.
Vigo. To be honest, I was actually thinking more along the lines of vagina. Maybe I'm a bit neglected at the moment because my girlfriend's out partying, and I'm just too sick because I have the flu. But Minno's always getting into me about my English and how I pronounce words. I think what was the word today? Longevity, and he was trying to tell me it was longevity,
Yeah, longevity
or some
yeah.
shit. Mate, that's the most retarded fucking word I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, longevity. What the hell is that shit?
Ooh, and it looks like Goss is just going to sneak his SCV in to get the scout off at the wall of Vigo. But it doesn't look like Vigo is going to get the same in return. So do you reckon Goss will go for that 1-Rax FE again? Because it does look like Vigo went into his gas fairly early, so we might be seeing, I don't know, some kind of early tech or maybe a 1-1-1, something like that.
Well, with that 16 depot going down fairly early, I'm not sure that was on 16. I think it was on 14 as he pulled his SCV. I wasn't watching actually, but they just usually throw off that it's a 1-Rax fast expand. I mean, he can throw in a 5-Rax all in. However, with that ramp at the natural here, it's not so much of a good idea. I mean, it just takes one bunker to hold it. So yeah, it's definitely an expansion. However, for our friend, I was about to say vagina again. Sorry, Vigo down here. Looks like he's might be going for Banshee play. He's getting his second refinery down. He's got his factory nearly completed around 4 minutes 10. So I'd put a good solid bet that we're going to see some Banshee play here.
Yeah, definitely. And with that, those gas timings and the fact that he did just throw down that tech lab instead of a reactor, yeah, I think you're spot on there with the Banshee play. I guess the one kind of good thing for Gost here is he will probably have that second command center up and into an orbital at that time, so he's going to have a little bit of extra leeway in case he misses a scan or something like that. But he'll need to be throwing down an engineering bay as soon as he realises what's happening here, so that he can kind of preempt any Banshee harass.
Now, I'm very interested actually to see how this goes. I mean, being silver level play, I think that first refinery should have went down on 20 supply. You usually want to get that combat shield out as early as possible, but as early as that 20 refinery goes down, when you get combat shield out, it's a great timing to deflect any Banshee play. That's why you see so many Terrans going combat shield first before stim, is purely to almost soft blind counter any Banshee play. However, being so late for this tech lab going down, I mean, I'm not too sure how this is going to go. We haven't seen his tech lab go down yet on that Rax. Oh, he's getting an NG bay, so...
Yeah, I think when Goss scanned just then, he realised there wasn't any expansion down, and there was nothing really at the front except Marines. I think he concluded that it could pretty much be only one thing. And also when he got in and did see that the gas was up quite early, I think he's going to be able to realise that this is a cloaked Banshee kind of play. So hopefully he can get a couple of missile turrets up before any severe damage is done. But he does have enough energy to scan, so he might even be saving for that.
So what's going to happen here, guys, is looks like Vigo is going to be going for some Banshee play into a Tank Marine timing push. Now, this will all depend on how good Goss handles these Banshees. We can see a turret going up in his main mineral line. If Vigo hits this SCV that's building it, he should do a fair bit of damage.
Nice job there getting that missile turret up after he got a couple of good shots off. What Goss is going to need to make sure is he doesn't kind of do what he's doing at the moment with that next missile turret, where he's kind of got it placed in a position where the SCVs are just going to be free. So he's going to need to kind of think a bit more about what kind of strategy he's going to employ here.
Now, depending on when this Marine tank push hits after this Banshee play, Goss can come out fairly ahead here. What I do like about his turret placement is that he's only built 2 turrets, so he hasn't just panicked and overreacted to this. However, he does have 5 idle workers in his main.
Yeah.
So this looks a little bit edgy. It looks a little bit sketchy for Gost here. However, we do have an expansion going down for Vigo. So as I said, this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, now he's actually prepped ahead in the work count as well, so this is going to be a bit of a problem for Goss because he did open that slightly more economical kind of play. So he's going to need to make up the difference pretty quickly, and he needs to keep those Marines kind of hugging that command center to make sure they're not picked off as easily as they are. Alright, and Goss deciding to use the energy on his lower command center for a mill instead of a scan, so he's going to need to try and outsmart Vigo here if he's going to have any chance of kind of shutting this down. And Vigo's pretty much swapped out of using the Banshees for direct harasses. He's just stockpiling them up at his main base now, and Goss has lost quite a lot to this actually.
He's doing a fairly good job keeping his mineral count down low. He has put the tech lab on his factory, however he hasn't started producing yet. Now, there's... Oh, the Banshee's gone. Nice work. Now, just for any other Terrans out there, I think going for the tech lab on the factory instead of the reactor to get your medivacs out first, I think this is a much more passive playstyle compared to trying to get those medivacs out as soon as possible so you can go for some map control. However, we do see Goss with control of these of his closest watchtower just as Vigo does now, and we're about to see this Marine tank timing. Marine tank Banshee push, and I have a feeling this might actually end the game, unfortunately for our friend Gost.
Yeah, it's looking pretty intimidating at the moment. I mean, there's not much Goss can do, unfortunately, about this, just because of the way that those Banshees kind of worked, and even now clearing the vision of the watchtower as well. He's just gonna... Is there any SCVs with that? No, not yet.
No.
What I've been watching a lot in the GSL is, in Vigo's case, him pulling a couple of SCVs as well, just to try and get that slow siege push working as well. Game here for Gost, unfortunately, with Vigo just pushing up now. GG.
That's very well played by our friend Vagina here. Now that's the power of the pussy, guys. Don't ever muck with it. Very well played.
Definitely. So now he brings IXL up to 1-3 in this series, and we're going to have to see who QED is going to send out next as their second player for tonight, and whether they're going to resort to using one of their higher ranked players. So guys, what we'll do now is we're going to go to another quick break, and we'll chuck on some more music, and we'll be back after this break.